Hey, Kelly here. So, are you a choker? Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, I know. It's silly, but let's talk about it in a minute. All right, yes, I know my intro was way silly and it didn't quite go as I planned, but the question is very, very valid. Are you a choker? And no, I'm not talking fashion, although I'm missing a necklace. I probably could put something on. But anyway, what I'm talking about is, are you a person that gets something started, it seems like it's really awesome, and then you like freak all the way out and you don't finish it? Like you choke on the possibility that it's going to be a good thing, or that it may be successful. Because some people are, let's face it, they are afraid of doing well, they are afraid of success, and they are afraid of actually living up to their potential, because it's like those famous people that make that, they're like that one person that, what am I trying to say? Let's say like you're a singer. I'm gonna get this right, y'all. You're a singer that just came out with your first album and it went double platinum. So for your next album, people are like, oh, what's she gonna bring? What's she gonna bring, right? They have these high expectations, and a lot of people crumble underneath that pressure and they choke and they are unable to come back with something that was wonderful or great or that will top that. And so those are oftentimes your one-hit wonders, because it's hard to live up to other people's expectations. So here's the thing. If you are a choker, remember that what you are putting out there, number one, depending on what, if you're out there just to make money, then okay. If you choked, I don't really have words for you, because I don't know what to tell you if your whole motivation is just making money. But if your motivation is to do something that you love, if your motivation is to actually help someone, to be of good service, then go ahead and realize that you're not necessarily living up to their potential, you're living up to your potential. You are putting things out there that are going to be helpful, and just because you might have been that one-hit wonder does not mean that the next thing that you put out there, it might not go double platinum, but even if it goes platinum or gold or whatever it is, it's helping someone. Someone is going to find it very, very useful. So go ahead and put that thing out there. The other thing that you need to realize is that sometimes what we put out here, the product that we present, is to satisfy a need that we have, is to help us through a situation. So for me, I've got a couple of courses that I put together. I've got a book that I've written, and then I got all the way to the end and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And like my book, literally, guys, has so many chapters. Like I wrote a book of affirmations that was helping me through coping with my diagnosis. And if you guys want to know my story, I'm actually going to share that later, but we won't talk about that here. But just know that I put together these affirmations that were really, really helping me to deal in my own mind with what was going on with my health. And it's like literally like probably 60 or 70 different affirmations, different things that I shared about how it was, and I just like choked on it. Like I wrote it, I finished it, I formatted some pictures, and then I did nothing with it. And as I was going through my computer and I was looking at some of the projects that I've put together that are really like good, I'm gonna toot my own horn. There's some good stuff, man. It's some good stuff. And I was like, why didn't you finish that? Like, you got all the way to the end, but you never like released it for public consumption, so to speak. And I realized that I choked. And I was like, that's not a cool thing to do. Chokers look good, but when you're choking yourself, that's not a good thing. That's not a good look. People who have choked themselves have mental issues. No, I'm teasing, because I do, but that's a whole nother topic. We're not going to talk about that. But the point and the purpose is that the information that I'm holding back can be a blessing to someone else. So sometimes we choke because we are stuck in our own ego. So the one thing that you need to realize is that the talent that you have, the knowledge that you have, the things that you have gone through, typically are not for you. Like, you grow, yeah, and you learn through it, but it's for you to pass that experience on to someone else and help someone else. So I have often said that someone else really needs to step up and go through their own damn problems. If I ever find someone else, I'm gonna whoop their ass. But that's a whole nother topic too. But because I've been through some things for somebody else. But no, but seriously, so remember to kind of get out of your own headspace, because what we have as far as knowledge is for someone else to learn from, to help someone else grow from our experience. A lot of people don't necessarily want to grow from other people's experiences, but let's face it, a lot of them really do. They don't want to make the same mistakes, or they just kind of need help getting through some things and to know that they're not alone. So being able to actually put those things out there, it's not a reflection on you per se. Get that out of your head. Know that what you are doing is helping someone else. So again, it doesn't have to go double platinum. Even if it doesn't even go gold, somebody out there is going to be helped by it if you put it out there. The other thing that I want you to remember when you start choking, so to speak, is what is your purpose? So there was a purpose behind you doing that. Was it for you to heal yourself? Which, depending on some of the things, like for me, the affirmations were self-healing. And I think that once I got past the worst part of coping with the diagnosis that I got, I was like, all right, you're good to go. So I just didn't put any more effort out there into it. I was like, well, you know what? You work through those feelings, you work through those emotions by doing these different affirmations. Now you're done. But I need you to remember that there was a purpose in what you're doing. So yeah, you may be done, but once again, going back to what I just said, sometimes it's just not about you. You might have put it together. It might have come from your head. It might have come from your heart. It might have come out your little fingers, but it ain't about you. So remember that there is a purpose behind the things that we are doing. Whether we see that purpose or not, I cannot tell you how many times I've been on something like Periscope and have just shared something that I felt like was kind of stupid, or me being silly or whatever, and somebody showed up that day and they're like, oh my God, I really needed that. You really helped me. You really blessed me. You're really changing things for me. And we just don't know. So keep in mind that we are guided, if you will, in these talents that we have, and we are compelled to share, those of us that are bold enough to do so. So please do stop choking. I'm gonna stop choking too. My book is being formatted. I'm going to release it. I'm excited because I got a lot of projects, like I said, that I choked on, and they have a reason for me having put them together, and they will help someone. So that is it for today. And now let me say to you, don't choke on that subscribe button, baby. Click that subscribe button. Click it, click it, click it, click it, click it. All right, guys, I will see you next time. I'm trying to get back to where I'm posting every day. Sometimes, obviously, that's a challenge, but you know what? We're going to do what we're going to do, and that's the way we're going to do it. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao. Subscribe. Ciao.